back to Mismatched Trish. Today I am doing the Tudor Queens book tag. I've seen a couple of different versions of them. A lot of them seem to be based on the musical VIII, about the wives of King Henry VIII. This one seems to be a little bit different, and I like the questions for this one better, so I went with this one. I found out about it from Adventure Bookworm Girl, and the original tag was created by Novelle Novels, Dani's Book World, and Gemma from Gem of Books. So the first question was, what was the book that started your love of reading? I wasn't really sure how to answer this question because I remember always liking reading, so I don't know if there was one book. But one of the earliest books that I remember reading and loving on my own was Replica by Marilyn Kay. It's a really good book. It's hard to tell too much without spoiling too much about the first book without spoiling it. But if you can find it, I definitely recommend reading it because I really enjoyed it. It is science fiction. I saw some other tags for this that had the question, what's the book that's been on your TBR the longest? And for that one, it is The Foundation by Isaac Asimov. So the next question, I forgot, those questions were for Katherine of Aragon. I'm sorry, that's wrong. Aragon. The next one is for Anne Boleyn, a book with a manipulative character. Now, I don't know if this qualifies. It is an unreliable narrator, and that is The Life of Pi. Jane Seymour, a book that delivered what you wanted. For that, I have Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly. I haven't read this one in a couple of years, and I think I'm due for a reread. A book that wasn't what you expected. So, since this is a tag about Tudors, seems appropriate that I have not one, but two Philippa Gregory books on my list. And the first one for Katherine Howard, a book that irritated you, is Three Sisters, Three Queens. This is by far the least favorite of the of Philippa Gregory books that I've read. The main character, who is Henry VIII's sister, just really got on my nerves. I didn't like her, and I didn't find the story that interesting either. Then Katherine Parr, a book published after the death of the author. The only book I could think of that I've read that qualified was The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. I read the book just a couple of months ago. I have not seen the movie, but this was published shortly after the author's death. I didn't really enjoy it that much, and I don't plan to read the sequel. And then the last question, this question is for Henry VIII himself, a chunky book that you hated. And for that, I would have to say The Stand by Stephen King. That book dragged on so long. And it also doesn't help that I read the unabridged version too, but I don't know if I would have liked it any better if I'd read the originally published, slightly abridged version. I didn't think the ending was that satisfying. And I just didn't really get the point. And like I said, it just dragged on. It could have been way shorter than what it was. So that is the tag. I will post all of the questions from the original tag down below so that if you would like to do it, you can. I'll also link back to both Adventure Bookworm and to the original creators of the tag in the description below. All right, everyone, happy Vlogmas, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.